Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Podda Bridge opens to traffic. Hundreds of vehicles seen at Mawa and Jazeera ends. Toll collection was delayed due to manual system. Prime Minister tells young talents to keep pace with modern era for Bangladesh's prosperity. High Court ordered to dispose the case against BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman and his wife Dr. Zubeda in a graft case filed by ACC. Long queues of vehicles were seen on Mawa and Jazeera end of the Podda Bridge after the much-awaited bridge opened to traffic at 6 a.m. on Sunday. People started thronging the Mawa point at the bridge since night to cross the bridge at first chance. Long queues of Southern Western District bound vehicles, including motorbikes, buses, trucks, were seen waiting to cross the bridge. Toll collection at Mawa point was delayed due to manual system. 5 booths out of 6 were open on Sunday for collecting toll. The government on May 17 finalized the toll rate for different types of vehicles for crossing the Podda multipurpose bridge. The Bridges Division under the Road Transport and Bridges Ministry issued a gadget notification in this regard. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on Sunday asked the students to keep pace with the modern era by acquiring knowledge of ever-evolving technology and science to take Bangladesh towards development and prosperity. She told the winners of countrywide Bangabandhu Innovative Talent Hunt 2022 competition at a function held at the International Mother Language Institute. The Premier joined the program virtually from her official residence Ganabhavan. She mentioned that the government has given immense importance to research on science, health, livestock, agriculture and other subjects. Sheikh Hasina hoped that the talents of the youths and the new generations will advance the country with their innovative thinking and creativity. Australia wants the next parliamentary elections in Bangladesh to be free, fair, neutral and acceptable. This was stated by the High Commissioner Jeremy Brewer after a meeting with the Chief Election Commissioner. And Chief Election Commissioner Qazi Habibul Awal said that the next election must be free and fair. Jeremy Brewer, the Australian High Commissioner to Dhaka, held a meeting with the Chief Election Commissioner at the Election Commission Secretariat in Agargaon. Apart from the forthcoming parliamentary elections, they also spoke about the recently held Kumilla City Corporation elections. Later, the High Commissioner presented his country's position on the upcoming elections to the journalists. CEC Qazi Habibul Awal also briefed the media on the content of the meeting and the upcoming elections. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal said a law is being enacted to make dope tests compulsory for students before admission to universities. Before admission to respective universities, a student has to undergo medical tests, which would also include a dope test, he said. He made the statement at a press conference held for International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking 2022 at the Secretariat on Sunday. The Home Minister further said that the Integrated Action Plan on Drug Control is being implemented. Not only drug control, the forces are also working to protect the youths from the scourge of drugs. For this, the government is also working to prevent the entry of drugs from the neighboring country, he added. Declaring BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman and his wife Dr. Zubeda Rahman as fugitives, the High Court today rejected their writ petitions challenging the initiation and filing of Dhaka 4.82 crore corruption case filed during the caretaker government in 2007. The High Court also withdrew the stay order and the case and directed the lower court concerned to complete the trial proceedings in the case as early as possible. The Chief Metropolitan Magistrate of Dhaka has been asked to send the record of the case to the Metropolitan Sessions Judges Court in Dhaka in 10 days. The bench of Justice Muhammad Nazrul Islam Talukdar and Justice Qazi Muhammad Izarul Haq Akando pronounced the verdict after hearing arguments on whether Tariq and Zubaida, who have been living in London since 2008, are fugitives in the case. The flood situation in the northern region and low-lying areas in the central region may remain unchanged due to heavy rainfall at the end of June or first week of July, according to Bangladesh Weather Observatory team. Besides, more rains are likely to drench Bangladesh in the next 24 hours, with monsoon being fairly active over the country and moderate over the North Bay, and the weather department said on Sunday. Light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur to a few places over Rangpur, Mymensingh, Khulna, Borishal, Chattogram and Sylhet divisions, and at one or two places over Rajshahi and Dhaka divisions, with moderately heavy falls at isolated places over the country, the Bangladesh Meteorological Department said in its forecast. Day temperature may rise slightly, night temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country. The prices of edible oil may decline in the domestic market of Bangladesh soon as the prices are falling in the international market, said Senior Commerce Secretary Tapon Kanti Ghosh today. People can hear the news of price decline of edible oil in the local markets within a day or two. Government are working to adjust their prices in line with the international rates, he said at a press conference at his secretariat office in Dhaka. The secretary, however, did not exactly know how much the price could go down. The Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission is working on it, he said. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. US President Joe Biden has signed a landmark gun control bill passed this week with bipartisan support. It is a measure seen as the most sweeping gun violence bill passed in almost 30 years, and signing it on Saturday, President Biden said it will save lives. The new law strengthens background checks for gun buyers under 21 and will ban gun buying for people with a recent record of domestic violence against intimate partners, even if they weren't married. It will also help states pass laws that can get weapons out of the hands of people deemed to be in threat to themselves or others. The bill was prompted by two mass shootings this year, in particular one at a grocery store in New York and another at an elementary school in Texas. A deadly shooting this weekend in a nearby at a gay bar in the Norwegian capital Oslo, also ahead of the city's annual Gay Pride festival, in being investigated as a terrorist attack. 2 people were killed and 10 wounded in the shooting, which happened in the early hours of Saturday, not long before what was to be a start part of the Oslo Pride Parade. Police in Norway said they are investigating as a terrorist incident because the number of dead and injured. The suspect is a Norwegian citizen originally from Iran. He was caught at the scene and has been charged with murder, attempted murder and terrorist attack. The Pride Parade was officially cancelled and the police urged people not to come out, but hundreds of people reportedly demonstrated near the scene later in the day.
Has been charged with murder, attempted murder, and terrorist acts.
The World Health Organization on Saturday decided not to designate monkeypox as a global health emergency, at least for now. That's according to the WHO's Director General, Dr. Tedros. It came after an emergency committee met on Thursday to decide whether to activate its highest alert against the spread of the virus in dozens of countries. Still, he described monkeypox as an evolving threat and urged governments to step up monitoring, contact tracing and testing. He also said governments should make sure that people at high risk have access to vaccines and antiviral treatments. In this outbreak, there have been more than 3,000 monkeypox cases in more than 50 countries. Now sports news. West Indies on the way to big total in St. Lucia Test. At the end of the second day in the first innings, the Caribbeans are 106 runs ahead of Bangladesh. West Indies came on the field on the second day after trailing by 167 runs. Craig Brathwaite and John Campbell started unbeaten on the second day. The two batsmen were playing comfortably from the beginning. However, Shariful Islam broke the opening pair of 100 runs of the two. Campbell returned to the dressing room with 45 runs of 79 balls. Mehdi Hassan Miraj dismissed captain Craig Brathwaite for 51 runs. After that, Bangladesh signaled to return to the match by returning Nkrumah Bonner for the duck. However, the host ended the second day's play by collecting 340 runs for 5 wickets with the great century by Karl Mayers. Before ending, we go to the headlines again. Bodda Bridge opens to traffic. Hundreds of vehicle scenes at Mawa and Jazeera ends. Toll collection was delayed due to manual system. Prime Minister tells young talents to keep pace with modern era for Bangladesh's prosperity. High Court ordered to dispose the case against BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman and his wife Dr. Zubaida in a graft case filed by ACC. We are up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv.tv. Stay with SATV.